Hey guys, big thank you. We just hit 50 subscribers. I saw that the other day and I was so excited, so proud, so happy. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. Our next goal is 100 subscribers. So make sure if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Hey there, it's Raybear, and today I'm going to be continuing our discussion on how to start a bullet journal with showing you guys how you can set up a bullet journal and what you need and all those kinds of things. So first we're going to start with supplies. So the main question that people are probably going to have when they first want to start a bullet journal is, what do I need? You can start a bullet journal in any notebook. This is a composition notebook that has been used even. And so you can use any notebook, any pen or pencil of your preference, of your liking. I recommend testing it out in the notebook you're going to use first and making sure that it's not going to like mess it up. So I recommend like using the back page and doing a little pen test like this. And testing out the ink and the pen itself and seeing if it like bleeds through or ghosts too much for your liking. Before you actually start using it. Another thing I recommend is having a ruler just to make making lines a little bit easier. If you don't have a ruler, you can get one for very, very cheap, or if that's not an option for you, you can use any straight edge. You could even use something like this as your straight edge. You could use I can't find one. You could use I'm going to pretend this is an index card. You could use an index card or a stack of Post-its and create a straight edge with that. See, it's going to work perfectly. I can create perfectly straight lines. Also, I recommend checking the dimensions on the back of your notebook so you know that. Most notebooks will have them, and if it doesn't, then you could measure it out and write it in on that same pen test page, write in what the dimensions are in each direction. So this one is 7 inches by 5 inches. So that way I know ahead of time what the dimensions are of the pages. So I know what the dimensions are if I wanted to like make boxes or have equally spaced out things or whatever. So I know how far to measure things and that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is set up a so that's the general idea of a key and kind of like what you would do. If you're going to use like color coding things or whatever, then you could do that here as well. So then the next thing you're going to need to do is create an index. So to do that, the first part of that is going to need to be numbering your pages. Just to clarify, you can do this in a different order if you want. You could do the index first and then do your key. I'm just saying that way because usually you have this like extra page in the front for things like, for most notebooks that people will bullet journal in. You have like this extra page and you can use that as your key. And one thing to note about if you're numbering your pages, the easiest way to do it is just to number one corner and just flip up the corner as you go, like this. But remember that you may want to have each side be a page, so you may want it to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you're going to do that, then the quickest way to do it is just to number your pages like so. I'll show you in the top corner because I didn't really show this correctly. So I'll do 1 and then 3 and then 5 and then 7, then 9, and so on. So you would do it that way, where you're doing every other number. So you would do all the odds on this side and all the evens on this side. So if this is 1, this is page 2. And you could do that. Or you could just leave it, I usually leave it blank on this side and don't bother with numbering it. So you could number both sides or just one side. And so like if this is 1, I know this is 2, and I know that, and this is 3, so I know this is 4, right? So I don't have to number both sides if I don't want to. So I went ahead and numbered the key page as page 0, so I can add that into my index as my own like way of like showing you if you wanted to do your key after your index, then you could just put it into. So this will be the index, right? So for the index, I usually recommend breaking up the page into some columns to give you a little extra space. So you could measure this out if you want, and be all particular and exact. I'm just going to draw a line. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a column for the page number, and then for the title, page number, and then title. So once you've done that, you can go down and say page 0 is the key. Y'all, I totally forgot an entire section to the bullet journal, which is called the future log. And basically you just set up the next however many months that you want and leave some space so you can write in anything that you need to for any potential upcoming events throughout that section of the months. So then we have the monthly log. So how the monthly log works is you write the name of the month at the top. So let's see, it's June. Alright, so then you go down the page and you put the numbers for the month. So 1, 2, 3. And we'll pretend that we did the whole month, right? If you don't have enough space all the way down, you could either use 2 pages and write it over here on the other page, or you could make 2 columns and do it that way, whatever works best for you. Then next to the number, you're going to put the first letter of the day. Now I have my own version of doing this where I put an R for Thursday and a U for Sunday. Since those two there's 2 T's and 2 S's, but you could just do, so you could do it that way if you wanted, or you could do different letters that work better for you. Alright, so then once you have your monthly log set up like this, then you'll write in any important days or anything, any deadlines. So any dates, events, holidays, anything like that into those spots there. Anything that you needed to do on that particular day of the month. So that's the gist of the monthly log. Then from there you have what's called rapid logging. And rapid logging is basically like a giant ongoing to-do list. Most people will write the day at the top, so today is Tuesday. And so then they would write the day, maybe underline it or something, and then they would say, okay, I need to film, edit, upload. Say I had an appointment, or an event of some kind. So say I was gonna attend a webinar at 11 a.m. Of course, it's already after 11 a.m., but you get the idea. Okay, so that is the basic gist of the rapid log or daily log piece. And then let's say we wanted to do a collection. So we would flip to the next page and say we want to have a collection for books to read. So you could make this list of any books that you wanted to read, for example. I really just wrote down random book titles that I thought of off the top of my head. So random collection of books, but whatever. Okay, well, we've done some pages. We need to index those pages. So we have our index, and we have the June monthly log on page 4. So page 4, June. And what I personally do for logging things is I don't log my rapid logs. I skip over those because it would take so many pages and so many slots. So I just do bolded June, and I would do like 4 through and say this was like the last day of June. So I would do 4 through 5. And that is all the pages that I've used for June. Now, so like in my own bullet journal, 1 through 31 is March, but then within that we have page 13. I have a message board, which is that. I have a morning and night routine spread, and then I have a mind map and another mind map. Both of those are logged here. I have a wish list spread and a gift idea spread. I have a YouTube and blog idea spread. But all of that is mixed in between that is these other dailies. And all of that is what I consider to be March, right? So if I need to find a specific thing in March, then I'll flip through somewhere between pages 1 and 31 will be where that's at, because I'm not going to need to reference those. As often, I'm more likely than not going to need to reference the collections, but not this part. And more likely than not, I'm not going to need to find Thursday, March 9th of 2017 and know exactly what my to-do list was for that day. I'm more than likely not going to need to know those things. If it's something important, then it's probably either going to be within my monthly pages, like here, or something like that, or on my tracker. Or it's gonna be in a collection, so I won't need to log every single individual page. However, some people may need to do that or prefer to do that, so you may put pages 5 through, say you had like a bunch of like monthly or daily pages all together, so you could do like pages 5. Let's say we did another daily, we did like Wednesday. And we did our to-do things, blah, blah, blah. And then we did Thursday. And then we flip the next page and we continue on Friday. You get the idea. So I could do June page 4, and then I could do rapid log for June 5, comma. And then I continued it on 7 and 8, 7 through 8. So you could do it like that too. You could like organize it in that way. I have this collection here. I also need to log, so we have books to read. But that is the basic layout of how you would set up a bullet journal. Now, a lot of people have different things other than that within their bullet journal. Or some people won't want this particular setup, right? So that's where your ruler's gonna come in. That's where, watching bullet journal videos and looking for inspiration on Pinterest and Tumblr and Instagram is gonna come in handy, because then you can find other ideas of ways that you like to set it up better. The point of using a bullet journal is to be able to set it up the way that works best for you. So understand and know that this isn't going to be the best setup for everyone. I know some people don't even use their index, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Just do what works best for you, though. And let me see. Can I just something else? And the most important thing is to know that if you make a mistake or mess up on a page, or you don't like the way something looks, just turn the page and start on the next one. When in doubt, just turn the page and start on the next one. It is okay. You always have a fresh page just on the other side. You can always try again on the next one. Don't feel like it has to be perfect, because that's not the point. The point is for it to help you. So if it's going to bother you, if it's going to be a distraction or whatever, then just turn the page and do something different. Do something easier, or try again. But don't stress about it. A lot of people will, if they make a mistake, they'll glue the pages together. Or if you want to do what I did, you just cover it up completely. And see, it's cute, it's fun, but it was a mistake. And that's fine. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything else you want me to talk about with starting a bullet journal. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out, Bear Scouts.
About your worries and your stress. I need a bare necessity. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Yeah, bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. About your worries and your stress. I need a bare necessity. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life.